Awesome. Thanks, Steve. Okay, cool. Yeah. My name's Stephen Collins. Yeah, I work for Rebel, based out of New York City. And I was thinking the other day, the point in time when I decided that I wanted to start kind of hacking email. It was back in the day when I started to stylize alt text and just basically like CSS, like bold, color, size. And eventually I started applying that concept to other things. So yeah, I decided to look into a different approach to alternative text and really stretch the, I guess, boundaries. And it led me to research it. And one misconception about alt text is that it must be presented within the alt attribute of the image element. And it's the most common placement, but it can also be presented within the surroundings of that image itself. So if we can jump in, so let me try to explain what's happening here. I'm going to create a block, and it's going to have the image and then the alternative content. And when the image doesn't load, it's going to collapse and allow that alternative content to be visible. And when the image loads, it's going to push that content out of view, if that makes sense. And the way we do it is we create the image like we normally would, except we leave out the width and the height, and we leave an empty alt tag. This is because this image will have no value to a screen reader, or it has no value to the actual the content, in a sense. And since we're wrapping this in an A tag, we're going to apply a title to it, because conventionally the image would be the content for the link. So if we put a title in there, it describes where this link is going to go. And area hidden, true, will hide it from screen readers. And next we lay out the container for the alternative content. And since this is going to represent what was an image, we can use the role tag and apply the role image, so the screen reader knows that this content is representing an image. And then inside that div with the role image is where we put whatever content we'd like to serve as the alternative content. Yeah. So here in this case, we just have some text with different colors applied to it with span tags, and then just a simple link. And I put in a weird URL just so we can really see. That's not valid, but it's just you hover over it and you can really see it's working. And finally, this is the main box that everything lives in. So inside this container, you want to set the width and the max height to be exactly the same as the original dimensions of the image. So you don't set the width and height on the image. You set the width and height, in this case max height, on the containing element. And if I go to the next slide, it's going to seem like I'm done, but I'm not. I'm going to switch over to an example to show you in Litmus Builder. I'm just going to hit the escape key and see what happens. Yeah. This example is basically the same code. It might be a little difficult to read in the back. I think with the builder, it's pretty simple to increase font size, which we're not really interested at this point to see the code. We just saw the code. I just want to show you in the instant previews, especially Gmail, how this works. So we'll scroll. Yeah, so this is the version with the images loaded. If we disable the images, this is what you would see. A misspelled word. It should say, what a wonderful alternative image world. But that's all right. We can just kind of change that right now. And if we save that and give the builder some time to reload, yeah, we see it's changed, and we can toggle the images on and off. So it has a use case somewhere. I think it's kind of an interesting approach to just changing the placement and what's originally thought of as common for alt tags. And this kind of hits home to me because this is like what sparked me to get into like this type of hacky email stuff. So that's pretty much it. Thank you.